The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Boston with a Game 3 opportunity to dig themselves out of a 2-0 hole. They will need to bring all they can muster against Atlanta. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
So that's why I call my grade.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Round 1 matchup. 2-0 so far. Perhaps the tide can turn in this one. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bodyguard is out there with Jason Tatum. And there's Doc. Then there's Brown. And it's Ward in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Atlanta, we've got Bosch. Shea is out there with Speedy, and it's ABC, and it's Wong in at the point, taking a look at Atlanta. Shocking the world, winning 2 on the road to start this series. Greg, if they win tonight, their lead could be insurmountable.
No doubt. They have a chance to win both at home and close this thing out, but their opponent is the higher seed for a reason. Momentum can shift very quickly, and sometimes when you lose it, you can't get it back.
Very hard, you're right. Now, here's Brown. Here's the 3. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Pass to Moore. Over to the left wing. Here's Wong. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Back to Moore. Here's Wong. Knocks down the 3-ball. Wong's got 5.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Pass to the bodyguard. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The bodyguard passes to Brown. To the inside. Here's Wolf. Fires top of the key. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Atlanta with the ball. They trail by 1. Here's Moore. And that one's off. And this is his first shot of the game. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Brown the pass to the body. Count it.
I do so enjoy watching a bounce pass executed that perfectly.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum. He said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Here's Speedy. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Pass to Moore to end the run. The bodyguard grabs the board. The bodyguard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Wolf. There's the 3. Rebounded by Speedy. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Wong. He's got 5. Pass to Speedy. Shot clock at 6. There's a good screen. 13 feet away. That one's off. He starts the game with the miss. Brown the pass to Ward. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. And he makes the first but misses the second. The Atlanta trails by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Speedy. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Celtics have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Now Tatum. He has 5. Brown outside. That 3 off the mark.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Moore against Tatum. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the night here. Wagner's checked in for Speedy. And a change for the Celtics. Whitey's checked in for Jason Tatum. Boston leading by 3. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. They lost their last game on Tuesday.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots. But on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
Experiences like no other. You are Pandora with exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide. It's nothing like that.
And here is Brown. Lets the 3 fly. Out of bounds. It will go to the Hawks. The Atlanta trails by 3. Pass to Wong. There's the pick. Here he goes. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Wong taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2. And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time.
A great player on a great role as a charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Outside, White. Puts up a deep three. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Wong. Wash with it. Fires from deep. And it's White with the rebound. This one for three. Bosch grabs the miss. The Hawks shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. And it's Wagner missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Pass to Wolf. Puts up a three. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Moore kicks to Bosch. Back to Moore. And stolen by White. Here's Moore. Pass to Brown. White wide open. He fired. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead. Kellogg passes to Wagner. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. To the paint and taken away by Brown. Pass to Wolf. And the call on the shot sends it into the line.
No question he got mocked on that shot.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out. Great ball movement. The guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
First free throw is good. Atlanta making a switch here. Wade's checked in. Austin also with the sub. Gordon's checked in for the bodyguard.
Yeah, at the 2-man race.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Kind of a little bit of a team situation. The Celtics and then Dylan Hooker, it's always good as a team. So this is so good. And now, look, this Jason,
Thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring the show. The playoffs are officially rolling. It's already turned up. If you're anything like us, you don't want to miss
Atlanta
a single
trails by
second.
9.
Now we're seeing the real
Here's Wall. 7 points in the game. Will it go? 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And for his position, Franz Wagner gives you everything you could ask for. Passing, rebounding, scoring, and he competes defensively as well.
While we're dissecting why a place was needed or how to keep that broken down, you can jump into the action too. Bet player props, points, rebounds, assists, similar to the elements of the analytic right now. Bet live.
It's good from Wagner. Tyson Daniels checked in for the Hawks.
Let's play. And DraftKings Sportsbook is guide. Round one, all the way. You don't need to take your shot. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use code 9. $5.
Both free throws good from Wagner.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Outside, White. Back to Brown from downtown. They get the rebound. Here's Wolf. Drains it from beyond the arc. Wolf got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Celtics.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Daniels kicks to Wagner. There's 1:59 left in the first quarter. Bosh. It's blocked. Ward the pass to Brown. Here's Ward. Back to Brown. To the inside. A steal. On the wing, Daniels. Pass to Wong. Lob pass to Wagner. An emphatic LU jam.
And the big fella from Germany, Franz, getting up.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. They're leading by 8. Here's Wolf. Launches a 3. Rebound Atlanta. Bosh has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Kellogg can't get it to go.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Gordon against Wagner. Good on the bucket. Wagner's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, Wagner in attack mode there.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Wagner. Here is Daniels. White covering. Pass to Wong. Here's Kellogg. The tray. Sinks the three-pointer. And a deep 3 from Junior. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Celtics up by 3. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
The Atlanta trails by 3. He's got ball. Franz Wagner is out there with Okongwu. Then it's Shea. And it's Daniels in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here is Daniels. Nothing on the board. Back to Okongwu. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Okongwu's now got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Atlanta. White with it. Pass to Hauser. Now here's White. That's tipped.
Good awareness on D there. Wagner wanting to be a difference maker defensively.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Outside, White. And he lobs it up toward the rim, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Wagner kicks the ball. Good on the three-point shot. Ball's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
No hesitation from Lonzo on that perimeter shot.
The bodyguard passes to Capella. Now White. Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Hawks. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. The shot by Okongwu. No good. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. The bodyguard passes to Pritchard. Now here's Capella. Inside. Out to White. Over Moore. And it's White missing.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Hauser the pass to Pritchard. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he drives in. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Ball the pass to Moore. Wagner outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Wagner's got 9. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
Clearly a foul.
The Hawks shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. That's good for Moore. Speedy's checked in for Atlanta. ABC comes in for Lonzo Ball. He doesn't get the second one. Boston trails by 6. Here's Wolf. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Speedy the pass to Kellogg. Pass to Speedy. And it's denied. Down low, Moore with the steal. Here's Kellogg from 17 feet out. It's hauled in by Gordon. Bull passes to the body. From deep. It's good. And the Hawks always cut it down. Now gets a three on the basket.
He is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Oh, he's saying like, and I'm saying like, they got three guys, they can cover the they have every space they don't become world champions. They have everything that you want on World Cup. Back that one, and haters don't be loud though.
James checked in for Vaughn. Brown is checked in for the Celtics. Vaughn beaten by 3. Speedy the pass to O'Connell. Here's Wall. He's ball moving here by Atlanta. Takes the 3. Rebound Boston.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Here's Wolf. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 1. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Speedy. Speedy's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's to Kellogg. Here's Speedy. He has yet to score. Lock at 6. More with it. Atlanta again missing. Brown outside. Here's Wolf. Back to Brown. Tatum against Moore. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Wong. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field. Boston trails by 3. Brown the pass to Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. And that one comes up a bit short. The Hawks have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. It's tipped. Here's Wolf. 13 points in the game. And that one is off. Pass to Wong. To the middle. Here's O'Connell. And the basket is good. He's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Atlanta making a switch here. Wagner's checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Capella's checked in.
What's up?
So how would you look at that? How would you look at that if they
And that one falls for Kongwu. Boston trails by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here's Tatum for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Tatum's got 8 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
But even in the two round, there's no some places. He's higher than that, bro. I thought he was higher. There's a lot of pressure. He was smart, but why is it that something on the leg? I out got this on. That they never said that he said here we go. And now he's great. And my picture is I think it's great. Show up and you can rolling the title. It's hard time to go back to over the WWE fantasy and the white experience and culture. They shine on it.
Atlanta leading by 3.
Oh, you know my oldest guy.
Here's Kellogg. Here's Wong. Cranes the front corner. Wong's got 12.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Out to the wing. Here's Tatum. That shot, no good. Nice defense from Wagner. Speedy the pass to Okongwu. Here's Wong. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
And that passing ability really helps separate Tatum from so many others because the defense has to focus on his ability to score.
Pass to Wong. Okongwu kicks to Wagner. Here's Wong. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Clint Capella. For Atlanta, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Yeah. That's they're not doing this. Not the greatest new star. I'm off there. I ain't gonna lie. Because they feel like to do it. See,
the first free throw is good. Atlanta making some changes. Josh is checked in for Kongwu, and Ward subbed in for Wagner. Then for the Celtics, Ward, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And the bodyguards subbed in for Gordon. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:36 left in the first half of the game. Brown outside. Pass to the bodyguard. The Celtics working the ball around now. Brown outside. Over Wall. And it's Boston with another.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Speedy. 1:05 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Here's Speedy. Still yet to score. Here's Wolf. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Hawks lead by 3. 34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Brown outside. They set the screen. Boston again missing.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Here's Moore. The wing jumper off target. Fires from way outside. And that one released in time, but no good. And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hawks lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with Quinn Snyder. Coach, are you getting the kind of shots that you want offensively?
They're speeding us up a little bit, and we're making a few mistakes, turning the ball over, some reads, but you just need to relax. Go ahead and take them. I know we want to make them, so shoot them.
That's never a problem with your squad. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Bro, all he did was fly around and be like, my name's Ricochet, and just smile at every AEW doing way more shit. For Boston. He had no characters.
I like their approach on the board. To get in there
But it sounds
aggressively.
It sounds like a generic high flyer.
If they come out on top tonight, Shaq, that's how they're going to do it. By being more active and more physical than the other team.
A dream start. 2 wins on the road, and now a chance to go up 3-zip at home.
Well, they're definitely sitting in a good place, but they got to watch their backs.
Yeah, overconfidence could be their downfall. They can't get complacent and miss a chance to widen their lead.
Yeah, I like the chances. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we're with you again as our round 1 coverage continues. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
There must be ice water in his veins. Such an important game, and he plays superb basketball in that opening half.
Still interesting to see if in this second half he can find ways to get to those same spots.
The Hawks leading by 3. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Ward out there with the bodyguard. Then there's Brown. And there's Doc. And it's Tatum in at the 3 slot.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Brown outside. And he's stopped. What a pass to set him up.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that
got the best. They got one of the best things. He hurt peaceful.
Moore passes the
I
ball.
love it. And everybody come out. I'll be like, oh, it's
Pass to Kellogg. 6 to shoot. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Kellogg shot 6.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Tatum kicks to Brown. Here's Ward. Pass to Wolf. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 16 points for him.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Wong's shot is off.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Here's Wong after the basket by Boston. Here's Kellogg. 6 points for him. Elbow shot is on the way. A rebound by the Celtics. Ward's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's the bodyguard, and it's sent back by Bosch.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Tatum against Moore. Fires the 3. Connects from 3-point range.
No way he's going to pass that shot after he is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Outside Tatum. Back to Brown. Pass to the bodyguard. Brown feeling out of it. Atlanta with the rebound.
Well, that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't.
Speedy the pass to Wall. Bosch a screen on Brown. Here's Wong. He's covered by Brown. It's good from long range. And now a 7-point Atlanta lead.
Well, defensively, they've been flat in this second half. A very different type of team than we saw in the first.
Here's the screen. Tatum. Pass to Wolf. Tries again. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Wolf got 18 points.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bang, just kicks it out.
Long passes to Moore.
That's what I think that's going to happen now. I know he was on
back in off the glass. Moore's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta.
I mean, he's just brilliant today, guys. And it was the same exact story last time out.
And after that promo he just cut,
over to the wing. Here's the bodyguard. Pass to Wolf. Pulls up on the wing. Rebounded by Speedy. Speedy's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Moore outside. Bosch sets the pick for Che. Here's Kellogg beyond the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to the bodyguard. And here's Tatum for 3. There's Tatum's range on display.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Wong's shot is off.
When they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized forward who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Next little bit is the game. Something ultimate happens to it. If you raise next one, that's against the apparatus. It really broke that very preference. So this thing. Also, that's basis of the
Wagner's checked in for Atlanta. And a change for the Celtics. White's checked in. Moore outside from past the arc. Rebound by the Celtics. Ward's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. The bodyguard passes the ball. Outside, White. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. Wong with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 5. Out to the right wing. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Celtics have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Now Brown. He's got 8. Stolen. Fast break, the Hawks. Moore outside. Here's Wong. He's covered by Brown. Wong passes to Kellogg. Just 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. The rebound by the Celtics. Inside, here's White. And White with the stuff.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see, and it came this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
It's intercepted. And there's a whistle. That goes on the bodyguard. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to Wong. Bosh, the screen. Shots good by Wong. Wong's got 17.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
They set the pick. And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Atlanta on D. 6-point game. Shot clock at 6. And it's White missing. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. And it's blocked. Here's Wolf. 18 points for him. It's Brown on the wing. Covered by Jay. And he just hasn't been able to get it going.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The shot's good from Kellogg.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
So it's Boston now after the basket by Atlanta. Here's Wolf. Pass to White. Shoots over Wagner. And they get it back. Yep, that one goes in there. And that's 10 points for Junior. The Hawks leading by 6. Here's Kellogg. Kick out to Moore. 1:04 left to play here in the third. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Atlanta?
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And not to mention they're playing with great activity. A lot of blocked shots, good hands, active hands, nothing easy for the opposition.
That's good for Moore. Atlanta making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Bosh. Tyson Daniels comes in for ABC. And Ball subbed in for Jay. And then for Boston, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Ward. Aaron Gordon comes in for the bodyguard. And it's Pritchard in for Brown. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 1:02 left to play in the third. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Gordon against Wagner. Gordon kicks to White. Lock at 6. A 3 ball. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Speedy's checked in for ball. Boston also with the sub. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Pritchard. The Hawks leading by 8. And here's Daniels. No scoring in this one. And a wide open look for Shea. From outside, off the mark.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And White kicks to Tatum. Hits it from three-point range. Tatum's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Boston. Moore outside. Shoots the 3. Drills the three-pointer. Moore's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And so it's Atlanta in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And the three-point shot has been big for them. We come back right after this.
Rates for the final time came out to issue music. Revetted that group, revetted this match.
A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Defensively, keep talking. Like, keep helping each other. We get the rebound. Go get it early, pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take. All 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and rolls. You can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round 1. Daniels out there with ABC. Then it's Okongwu. Then there's Speedy. And it's Wagner in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And the basket by Speedy.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right times.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Tatum after the basket by Atlanta. Gordon with a screen on Wagner. Tatum no good. The Hawks leading by 10. And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line of this half.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. That's good as he hits both of his shots. Atlanta leading by 10. Here's Kellogg, and he's going up for the alley-oop. And O'Connell slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Wolf. A three-pointer off the mark. Atlanta shooting 43% from the floor. Here's Kellogg. There's Wagner with the three. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Here's White. Out to the right wing. There's Gordon with the three. Hits it from three-point range. Gordon's got it back down to within single digits for the Celtics. Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Kellogg tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Wolf passes to Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
The Hawks leading by 6. Here's Kellogg. Pass to Speedy. And Boston with the rebound.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Now here's Tatum. Bounce pass Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Count it, and the Atlanta lead's been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Tatum.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Wagner passes to Daniels. Here's Speedy. Three-pointer. Kellogg can't get it to go.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He knows every possession is critical now.
Second, so I think it's good because it makes sense. Let's get it in.
Atlanta making some changes. Bosh is checked in for Okongwu. Shea comes in for Dyson Daniels. And Jay subbed in for ABC. Then for the Celtics, Ward, he's checked in for Capella. The bodyguard comes in for Gordon. And it's Brown in for White. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situation. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
The first one falls.
After moving Rob Russo saved and all helpers is the great news. Then, suddenly, his red light makes it starts throbbing, pulsating, throbbing like a fish, and this red light is not
and so he hits both. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They're giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebounded by Speedy. Speedy's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Wong. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Taking 2 shots.
After this, we have one more move to come through. These are mentioned. It's aiming with Brown. It's aiming with what's he going to do? He's going to screw with Brown. Brown to imagine how he's starting. It's not off the best. It's not even
First free throw is good. And the Hawks making a change here. Daniels is checked in. And then for Boston, Gordon's checked in for the bodyguard. Edwards comes in for Jason Tatum. And Derek White subbed in for Doc.
Only this Edwards was suspended in 49 rebound. He works for a little bit since he was a big and not surviving. So
he hits both from the stripe. And the Celtics with possession here. Brown with it. To the inside. Dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And it's Moore penetrating. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Moore's got 20.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
White setting the big for Brown. And it's off from three-point range.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since. They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
And White kicks to Brown. Gordon the pass to Ward. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the first one goes. Speedy's checked in for Atlanta. Then for the Celtics, bodyguards checked in for Aaron Gordon. Tatum comes in for Edwards. And it's Doc in for White. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Atlanta leading by 6. Here's Wong. Pass to Bosch. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in this game. Brown the pass to the bodyguard. Back to Brown. Here's the bodyguard. Nice defense from Wagner. Hawks have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. It's blocked. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And this is postseason play at its finest, refusing to give up shots here in the playoffs.
Boston trails by 6. Outside Tatum. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
There's the screen. Pass to Wagner. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Wong. Clock at 4. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. No good from Moore. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Bosch against Tatum. Lets it go with the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Wong. Goes up on the wing and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Wong's got 23.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Here's Ward. To the wing right side. Wolf. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists now in this one.
He's building off that strong first half he had. I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure him out in the second.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. ABC's check in for Fox.
Number 24, Antonio.
So it's Atlanta now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
The guys, I was able to talk with Atlanta's head athletic trainer about his status. And this is an unfortunate injury and potentially devastating for them. But he's not letting it slow him down out there, and he's going to give it a shot. Evan?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
Yeah, and this makes it particularly rough for this team. Other teammates now are going to have to step up, and it seems like it's going to be an extended period of time, so not easy to do.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The bodyguard, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Boston. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
To the wing on the left to tie it up. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Bosch. 6 to shoot. Moore outside for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Moore's got 25 points.
And that's a bounce back 3, and they're back in the lead.
Now here's Brown. Defense is right there. Atlanta with the rebound. Pass to Wong. And it's blocked by Gordon.
What a swat by Aaron Gordon.
Goes back up. Wong's shot is off. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. They trail by 3.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Atlanta is shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
He had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Seconds left to play here in the fourth. Tatum passes to Ward. Moore with the steal. Pass to Wong. Some solid defense from Brown.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Tatum, no good. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
And you know what? Smart fouls. You got to try and extend the game.
first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
Now a timeout called by Boston. 7 seconds left in the game. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so it's Atlanta with the W. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip, it's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. And as strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
Well, that'll do it for now. And you can join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to present our player of the game.
This Montreal versus Roman sign tells you everything you need to know. Every Roman chants left and right. Tension, stakes, near falls, melodrama with Jay. A crowd that was so hungry to see the underdog prevail. Only in Sammy's wife. These poor referees, they lumps every single match. I'm surprised they didn't run the Triple H storyline where no one wants to officiate his matches. These guys, every single match took so much abuse. I don't know how they didn't perform some sort of Anyways, as a fan, you live for these types of nights where you can immerse yourself in a story like this. This was just such a special night. Now it was on. The battle of two of wrestling's royal families. Reigns, Rhodes, everything on the line. It was the guy who was holding things down in the company against the man that fans wanted to see as the next one-up. Cody on his pursuit to finish the story and win the WWE Championship, get to the mountaintop. What better way to do it than against the face of the franchise? He wanted to continue to prove that he was the dynasty and he wasn't ready to give up the kingdom just yet. By the time we got to LA, Reigns was so close to the 1,000-day plateau, so you had that possibility. There was that 50-50 split on who would cap off the show as world champion. Very few times do you get a face-off between 1-2 punches like this, and everything aligns perfectly. They have a great story, fantastic in-ring chemistry, and the winner is up in the air. On one road, it was history. On the other path, it was the perfect guy to end what at this point was already one of the most dominant reigns in company history. The match is another one that defines this 1,300-day run. Everything about it is amazing. The entrances, the ring introductions, the location, how both guys were in lockstep on that ring canvas. This, in my book, is a 5-star classic. And again, at the end, left a certain portion of the audience heartbroken as Roman was quote to take the win once again. I was one of these people who thought it was pretty obvious that Cody should have won because it felt like the right decision. In hindsight, I didn't know that Rhodes' popularity would be at an atmospheric level the next year. For some fans, this felt like a short-sighted decision where WWE was hunting history rather than making the easy and obvious choice. At this point, you knew that Roman wasn't losing for at least another year, and also, how was WWE going to capture lightning in a bottle all over again? To play devil's advocate, the counter-argument was that this was Cody's fourth pay-per-view match. How does someone who's been on the shelf recovering just beat God himself? One night before this, the Usos lost the tag team championships to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. With that happening, tension started to mount between those within the bloodline. The twins were bullied by Roman, slowly grew a set and turned on him. This after they became the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. What made Roman so special as a character was the manipulation, what he was as a character. I'll go on record to say that a top guy in WWE has never had this level of depth and told a story like he was at any point. And I also want you to remember, it was Jimmy who turned first, with Jay eventually knowing what side he stood on. The summer of the Bloodline was huge. I enjoyed the segments, the monstrous pops they got wherever they went. At Money in the Bank during the Bloodline Civil War main event, Roman Reigns was in for the first time in 4 years. The man to do it, Jey Uso. Realistically, another guy who story-wise could have won the title. Starting and ending with the same man made a lot of sense. It was on at SummerSlam, tribal combat with Roman's title and his Ula Fala up for grabs. Then there's the match, which is a slog to sit through. Far too long, not enough action in the nearly 40 minutes it went on for. I really think it was a major letdown. There's people who try to be contrarian just for the sake of things. I thought that maybe the first time I watched this in Detroit, maybe it just didn't hit, maybe I was tired. I watched it again, and I tried to like it. Now I've seen this thing for a total of 4 times, and I can't in good faith give this match any benefit of the doubt anywhere. The pacing is off, the match is bland. There's interference, even though we were told that there would be no interference from anyone in the family. Add to that the ending felt like the Bloodline story had officially jumped the shark. On your screen is the very definition of jumping the shark. Remember earlier when I told you that Jimmy was extremely reluctant to join Roman? Well, here he cost his own twin brother the match when he was the guy who was telling Jay in 2021 that he was better than Roman. Plus, he was the guy who rattled Reigns' cage first by kicking him in Saudi Arabia. This doesn't age well at all. The reason they justified for this was that Jimmy didn't want his brother to become power hungry like Roman, while still being aligned with Roman the whole way through. It would have made way more sense if he ditched the group altogether. After this, Roman's appearances were again staggered, with his final title defense of 2023 coming 3 months after SummerSlam at Crown Jewel. This one was against LA Knight. He said that at the time that Reigns was gone, before he took off in popularity, which was true. The match was fine, but again, the result was never in question, just like at the Royal. This one, a fatal four-way. Roman and the Bloodline had made way too many enemies, rather returning Randy Orton to AJ Styles and LA Knight. Good match, could have been a lot better. For the second straight year, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble and pointed at Roman Reigns, so it looked like a year of running back the Cena downfall storyline was all going to culminate with Cody taking away the title. A few weeks before this was the Day One Raw, where the Great One returned, and just as he was finishing up, asked if he should sit at the head of the team. So Cody won the Rumble, pointed at Roman, and then on the following SmackDown confronted the greatest champion of the modern era and told him that he's coming for the title, but not at WrestleMania, giving up his shot at redemption for The Rock, and this blew up online. A large portion of the audience felt like Rhodes was being shunned aside for another Bloodline match, meaning 2 things. 1, it would be for the title, and 2, the result would be Roman holding the championship for at the very least another year. Well, the guy who was making the towns, putting in the work, would have to wait a lot longer if that even happened at all. The hashtag #WeWantCody took off, fans mass disliked the video on YouTube, and it was a mess for WWE. The brilliant part about this is they can be cleaned up. WWE pivoted and used the two-night WrestleMania format very effectively. This story really kicking off that WrestleMania kickoff. Roman and Rock wanted to pay tribute to their heritage and have their match. Instead of taking the animosity angle, they spun this as a power trip between two of the companies in the league. All while Cody Rhodes was left at a crossroads. While the decision was being made, Seth Rollins made an enemy out of The Rock as well. So after Cody didn't choose the World Heavyweight Championship at the press event and insulted Roman's family, also directly insulting The Rock's family, we had much more conflict. Rollins told his former enemy that he was uniquely suited to be his shield at WrestleMania. You started to ask yourself, what does that mean? After all, rewind to 2 years before this, the hatred that these two shared for one another. The Rock and all this went from the great one to the final boss. There are not enough words in the English vocabulary to describe how awe-inspiring this character reinvention was. Rock went back to his old ways of ripping into the crowd, having zero F's to give, and calling everyone who put the dream match Cody crybabies, exercising his political power as a recently joined TK board member, having also come into conflict with Triple H at the WrestleMania XL kickoff event. WWE tried to make this feel as authentic as possible, and I feel like they really achieved that. This build-up to WrestleMania was the magic. Remember earlier I was like, how do you capture lightning in a bottle twice? Well, they seem to do it better a second time than they did the first. Rock and Cody had such a fantastic dynamic between the two that at points Roman felt like he was getting a little brothered, and these two were the main event. I can't exactly tell you what the original plans were, if I'm being honest. There's way too many contradicting reports out there about what the original plan was, what Cody was told, what Rock wanted, what Roman wanted. So we're just going to look at the storyline mainly. You had The Rock return back to his $500 shirt era, joined the bloodline, and even acknowledged Roman as the head of the table. Plus, Rock, while raising its finger in unison with the rest of the bloodline, transitioned it into an L. Also making you wonder if this whole thing some masterstroke to screw with Roman. Cody challenged Rock to a one-on-one match, with Rock rejecting and countering with a tag match. Him and Roman against Michelle's baby boy and World Heavyweight Champion. The nice touch in this is, since throughout the reign there were so many interference finishes and Roman had a whole group behind him, they made the stipulation that if Cody's team wins, the Night 2 match will have no interference from anyone in the group, but should the Rock's team win, it will be bloodline. Later, Cody was told that if he doesn't win, then that's it. He'll never get another shot at the Undisputed Championship. And for good measure, how about introducing Rhodes' mom into the picture, giving us a Rock concert, and then leaving the American Nightmare a bloody ball? On the Raw before the big show, Seth Rollins said that he always has a plan B. Taking into account the World Heavyweight Championship work Great Run was in spite of what Roman was doing. The championship created because of his dominance, and the visionary wanting to be everything that his former Shield brother wasn't. After all, think back to Royal Rumble 2022. Seth Rollins was someone Roman had a tough time overcoming, but there's the old adage that some people never change, they just find new ways to lie. WWE threw in the curveball by having him mention that there's always a plan B, all while he had a massive threat chasing after his championship in the Royal McIntyre, plus a legitimate knee injury. Going into WrestleMania, there were so many questions. Would Seth turn? Would Cody do it? Somehow, even after acknowledging Roman, would The Rock play a factor into this? Who was going to show up during the Night 2 main event? So many questions, and in a matter of days, they were all answered.
Who's behind the so-called consumer attorneys of California? It's named billboard lawyers caught scamming accident victims, steering them to doctors that charge up to 10 times the normal rate, leaving clients buried in debt. The law firm under investigation for allegedly paying people to file false sex abuse claims, and the firm who embezzled millions from disaster victims. These so-called consumer attorneys are spending millions so nobody holds them accountable. Fight back at ProtectCaliforniaConsumers.com.
This right here, Domino's new slice sauce. It's the perfect pairing for your pizza. Whether you dip it, dunk it, or do that. Get new slice sauce for free. You order Parmesan stuffed crust or handmade pan pizzas from
Lincoln Financial Field, April 6, 2024. Roman Reigns walks into his fourth WrestleMania straight as champion and main events for a record 9th time. Kind of ironic and fitting that the guy who was born the year of the very first edition of this show goes on to hold the record for most main events. Don't tell me long-term storytelling doesn't exist. With 1,350 days of dominance behind him with my title defense to follow the next night no matter what. The question now is, was it going to be bloodline rules, or was Cody going to have a fair shot at this? To close out a cold night and Billy needs more men to go over and create magic. The babyface team did everything in their power to take it home. Seth Rollins didn't return. But, as we all figured, this match was going to end up being bloodline rules. Cody was pinned by The Rock to make things official, with Michael Cole adding the exclamation point that Rhodes was screwed. We all knew the following night would be a movie, but not in my wildest dreams did I think they'd be able to execute the end of Roman's title reign perfectly. There was already a heavy emotional investment in this, and somehow Cody and Roman managed to replicate, or depending on who you ask, even exceed what they did the previous year. You had the Samoan Mafia boss who had a level of excellence that you'll never see again, then you had the underdog ready to overcome the odds. Both guys' entrances would have blown the roof off the place if that had one. The key story element was Cody hitting the third consecutive crossroads on the side where Solo Sikoa ruined his streak the previous year. Roman and Cody had a match that encapsulated everything that's fun about wrestling. I actually think that because of all the shenanigans, the wrestling bit of this match takes a backseat to all the cameos. They truly have chemistry that's that good. First, Jimmy ran interference and he was picked off by Brother Jay. Then Solo came in and he was neutralized by John Cena, who was confronted by The Rock. So just like planned, the final boss was here to send Cody's story up in smoke. But then the Shield's music came. I know some people were so immersed in this that they thought this wasn't Seth Rollins, but it was. At that very moment, the king of jungle movies was about to attack. Rollins proved true to his point. He took a bullet for Cody, having already gone through hell in a tag match the night before, also losing his World Heavyweight Championship earlier that night, and Seth was the embodiment of lose it all to gain it all. The Undertaker came out to nullify Rock, and once the lights came back up, Roman had a choice. Earlier I said sometimes no matter how hard you try, you never achieve closure. Instead of hanging on to what was most precious to him, in a carbon copy of 10 years previous, the Tribal Chief didn't let the move team. And that momentary lapse of judgment allowed Cody to take advantage, hit 3 crossroads, and finish his story. The way this title reign ended was one of the most memorable matches and subsequent moments of all time. And I know a lot of us always put the all-time tag on everything, but this is truly an all-time. This is everything you live for. How can something like this not bring you goosebumps? The emotional roller coaster you were taken on from literally day one all the way until the end of WrestleMania is some of the most fun I've personally ever had watching this media. The WWE was very, very lucky that they were able to rekindle the magic and then some that they had the previous year. Eliminate The Rock from the equation, and I don't know if it hits the same at all, but they achieved such a fantastic emotional peak with this whole program. This was truly once in a lifetime, just like the title reign. I don't think you could find a better way to tie a bow on something that iconic. What a run. That's all I can say. What a run. Roman Reigns quite literally has his own 4-year era etched into WWE history. Not many wrestlers were as dominant as he was. A captivating title reign that was crucial in the revival of the company. After some awful years of television, the Tribal Chief character, the bloodline story, and this title reign was so effective in getting WWE back into fans' good graces. This right here was Roman rewriting his legacy, redemption of who he was in the past, rewriting everything that went wrong with the Big Dog, a showcase of his Samoan tradition and a story of them. Again, just like Heyman said on the SmackDown after Payback, those 3 words were the pillars. The man before this was at an all-time low. Was so sick and tired of things that he thought he was done with Rush. Came back and was the key in her life story of this generation, helping most souls to know why his figures surround them stars, all while the chaos of bloodline left behind continued to fuel stories. And yeah, I understand the criticisms of the time of year and the reliance on the same finish, the same match structure. The people who are saying that are completely correct and justified. It was a spot to sit on. But when you really look back at it, there's far more hits than misses. Because there were so many big-time storylines and matches against Edge and Bryan at WrestleMania, Rock at SummerSlam, Drew at Clash of the Castle, Kobe in 2 all-time clinics, Sammy at the Elimination Chamber, the cinematic J saga. We sit here in the 2020s, this run meant so much in relaunching WWE's brand identity. This man legitimately put in the work, truly went God mode, and helped the promotion right the ship by being the attraction that fans paid to see, doing everything the business is built on, shipping merch, helping WWE pack stadiums, painting new moments for fans to relive, and most importantly, cementing his place in history. Once that head of the table grip hit, the energy shifted, and for 1,316 days, Roman reigned atop WWE.
I've heard when you're detracted, state that you invest in private prison. I'd like you to speak to that.
I did invest 22 years ago in Sultan. It was a wake-up call. I felt like I was not going to be living my values the way I wanted to. Since then, I have been working for rehabilitative justice. My only point is this. There is a possibility for human beings to change, to realize when they're wrong and do the right thing. I decided I need to be proactively, aggressively doing the right thing.
In December of 2010, CM Punk was an announcer for the Raw brand. He was witty, he was charismatic, and in my eyes, he was a babyface. At the time, I'm like, I thought it was going to turn into a good guy, but that clearly wasn't the case. He was on commentary doing an injury, but there were plans to integrate him back on the roster. How did he make his return? Here it is. On the December 20, 2010 episode of Raw, CM Punk from out of nowhere blasted John Cena with a chair. His reason? First of all, he didn't admit he was doing a giant Pepsi incident. Probably was. Rather, Cena deserves to get a taste of his own minutes. He dropped all those chairs on the way there. He's making bad jokes about it. When it was time, somebody set him straight. Now, was Cena a bully? Depends on what you think. I mean, he did drop those chairs down on the way there. He did make fun of Vicky Guerrero, but once again, your opinion. The next night on Super SmackDown Live, CM